Welcome, achievers, to mysciences.com. This is Mr. Aguirre with another online lab. Today's lab comes to us from the California Whole Earth Science Edition. It's a quick lab entitled The Expanding Universe. The objective for this is to understand what is happening to the universe. The California standard is 2G. The universe has been expanding for 10 to 20 billion years. What you will need for supplies for this lab is going to be 12-inch balloons, shoelace, ruler, and markers. What you're going to do is you're going to take a 12-inch balloon and you're going to use a marker to put 3 dots, one representing A, one representing B, and farther away than A is to B, put C. So this balloon has no air. The second step is to go ahead and inflate your balloon, and what you're going to notice is that as you increase the volume of the balloon, C gets farther away. And as you increase it even more, the distance between A and B increases, but not as much as the apparent difference between A and C and B and C. So once you have your balloon inflated to this size, don't tie the knot because you're going to be doubling or tripling the circumference. So you're going to take your shoelace, and this works better with partners. You're going to measure the distance between A and B, and then in inches or centimeters, you're going to see what the distance is. It's best if you try to get, if you're using inches, get even inches, don't get fractions. Then you're going to be using the data table. So the balloon with some air in it, you're going to measure the distance between A and B in centimeters or inches, B to C, and A to C. Then you're going to double the circumference, or double the size. And you're going to again measure the distance between A and B, and then A and C, and then use your ruler to measure that. And go back to your data table where you double the circumference. Now you're going to put in the measurement for A to B, B to C, and A to C. Once you have that information, you're going to subtract the original A to B from this one. So if you got 2 inches here, you're going to, and you got 4 here, you're going to take away 2 from the 4. Once you have that, you're going to divide by 2. That's going to give you your rate of change. And the 2 questions, the analysis questions you're answering is, what 2 dots showed the greatest rate of change? And then the second question, what are galaxies moving away from, how are galaxies moving away from Earth? And what you will see, especially if you pay attention when you're blowing it up to the larger size, is that if A represents the Earth and B and C represent galaxies, the farther something is from Earth, the faster it appears to be moving. So this is Mr. Aguirre from mysciences.com, signing off.